There we go. There we go. All right. I did not understand why that was acting silly. I apologize, guys. That was weird. You gotta bear with me. Bear with me. Ah. Whew. Well, that was an adventure. Let me see something here. Let me see something here real quick. Let's see if it'll let me. Let me do something real quick. Beautiful thumbnail. Will you let me switch the thumbnail? Probably not till later. Oh well. Tis what it is on that. All right, guys. So after that adventure, uh, a little discombobulated, but we're gonna get started. First things first. Let's get some people in here. Send out a few little share notifications. That's most I can do right now. Well, we're going to get started in just a minute. Have a few technical difficulties figuring some things out. Um, it's part of the game, 6 minutes in, haven't moved or done anything. What am I doing? That is a question I ask myself more often than not. What am I doing? Um, let's create a board. There we go. Let's put it on the right settings. There we go. Hope maybe we attract a few people. If not, we're just going to keep it pushing. Keep it going. So, hide that. Let's see what happens if I hit one of my little group. Let's see what's going on. Some of these little spots. See what I can drum up real quick. We about to get started. About to get started, and keep it pushing, keep it going. Hit the Facebook group real quick. So I'm just gonna keep it 100, keep it funky with y'all. I'm still working out all the kinks. Trying to figure out the best way to so. All right, well, we'll see who comes and hangs out. Oh boy, but no matter what, gotta get started at some point, right? Gotta go ahead and get this live stream started because you know, and because I had the little technical difficulties, I'm feeling like the energy is off. I need to get the energy back. And I know just what will do it. Hold on. Just everything's off today. Everything is off, but we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it tight real quick. So we got a good show today. We got a good show. Got to get my energy right. I know I was messing up. Oh well, it happens. We're human. We got a good show. We're gonna be talking a lot about all kinds of different things. We're gonna talk about some Star Wars. Why the heck do I love NYC apartment videos? I don't know why. So we're gonna talk about it. Um, something else that we're supposed to be talking about today. What are we supposed to be talking about today? Oh, and today is the last day of Black History Month. Got to talk about that. Shout outs to Epidemic Sound once again for providing me the music that will not get me caught up by the YouTube algorithm and catch a strike. Oh, I love it. Oh, why is this? Why is this? This is weird. Oh, that's why. Okay. Video's acting weird again. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it work, guys. And I just would like to thank everybody that's come on this little journey with me. And we're gonna get it rolling in just a minute. Just see who might want to hang out with us. I got a nice idea for a illustration that I'm going to be working on today. Let me get this centered. Yeah, let me get that centered for me. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna let that ride out. I'm gonna let that ride out. Yeah, I'm gonna let that ride out. I'm gonna get my brushes set up here. Got my custom brush ready to go. Hey, this song is kind of fly, actually. This is called Amber Lights by Chill Cole. I think we can all agree Chill kind of brought it with this one. That's right, Chill. Yeah, Chill Cole. All right, y'all. So welcome to Live with DKG72. And I am your host, the founder of Foresight Studio, DKG72, better known as David Gordon. And yeah, it's been a day already. It's actually been a good day for me creatively. And I can't really complain. I actually got a lot done or a lot started. Just started on um, new motion comic short. Uh, and that's the story is called The Craziest Thing. And it's actually spawning a lot of great ideas. There'll be a video that'll be coming out on the DKG72 channel. And I'll be discussing, what makes an effective splash page opening image. So we're going to be exploring that. And the reason why we're going to be exploring that is because the opening image for the motion comic that I'm working on, The Craziest Thing, you know, it opens up with a guy getting a bar stool slammed across his back. And obviously that's going to cause all kinds of chaos and everything like that. That's how the story starts. And it just goes and it gets wilder and wilder from there. So, you got to ask certain questions like, why did I start off like that? Why would I start off with a guy getting a bar stool smashed across his back and put it out there with no context, point of context, and it's all in story. So um, that's something that we're going to really touch on. VOR.RED. Vored? Have no idea what that means. Please explain. Because I'm lost. I'm not up on all the new things. So, but um, got my perspective grid in, which I always drew. Try to always draw in at least some sort of perspective grid. Get started and let's figure out what we're going to do. So the illustration that I'm going to be working on today was I ran a poll on the Sci-Fi Sisters Twitter handle. If you guys um, aren't up on the Sci-Fi Sisters Twitter, you need to get up on it. It's pretty dope. Let me go ahead and get you the link, and you can kind of check them out, check that out. Sci-Fi Sisters is the account that was set up for the Sci-Fi Sisters NFT collection, and yeah. So I ran a poll. They just trying to find out what people would like to see me draw next, and they came back with Sword and Sorcery. So that's definitely what we're going to draw next. If you see me looking over here, that means I'm just trying to get everything set up. I don't understand why certain things. It's like nothing is working right today for me. Nothing at all. Um, so put that up in the chat. Please go follow and support. And of course, you can always go follow me at DKG72 on Twitter as well. Um, just kind of sometimes will tweet out a thought or two or, information. So definitely hope that you can go there and appreciate what I'm putting out. All right, so let's get into this drawing. So what I want to do, like I said, this is going to be a sword and sorcery piece, and I'm really kind of torn as to how I want to handle it. I don't have the strongest idea just yet. But what I'm hoping to do is draw a little inspiration from my Pinterest, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, it'll give me something that I can hold on to and make mine. So, thinking probably some sort of. Actually, that would be kind of cool. Okay. I got an idea. And we got some. So let's do a nice little of mashup of characters. So normally it's in the fantasy genre, it's you got people all mixed up or separated. You got your mages, you got your swordsmen. So let's do a mage that is also really good with the sword. Let's see. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did one with the high tech dragon slayers, and I don't want to kill any more dragons. So let's figure out how we're going to make this particular drawing different. I think I got an idea.
think I got an idea that will, it's so crazy,
Just might work.
it just might work.
And
You know, it's so crazy, it might not work either.
never know.
So definitely try and make sure that we get it to work though. Now the one thing I always try to not come up with anything ahead of time, just because I kind of like this freestyle element.
Of the stream, and
So
I can 100% guarantee to you, I am freestyling this,
and I am literally making it up as I go. So since you guys in the chat or in the poll ask for sword and sorcery, how about we give you both in one character? I think that'll be kind of dope. And I know, you know the sorcerer can be pretty good with a sword too. I like that. I like how I position the hand though. So definitely want to. Here we go. So a lot of times I like to just simple, quick, loose line, get the gist of it down first, the gist of the illustration. So we want this young lady.
let's get some of this stuff out of here.
So it doesn't confuse
The masses.
So I wanted this young lady to kind of be getting ready to use her power. Now I forgot what artist. I think this little crisscross pattern that I'm doing now is something new that I started. I think I picked it up while watching some videos from Dave Finch, and I know he picked it up from somebody, and it's just really kind of been helping me with my female anatomy and making it easier actually. So it was just something that honestly made sense. What you do is you cross a line from the shoulder blade here.
Shoulder blade there. So even if, like, say for instance, if she was looking standing forward, right, you can use this crisscross pattern, and this will show you pretty much where the breasts should fall, so it doesn't look like they just up on her, you know, so it doesn't feel like they're too high up on the shoulder blade or anything like that. They actually have a nice normal, I guess you would call it droop or drop, but I think that's something, that's one of those things where, once again, artists learning from artists, and we do that. So I know people say draw from real life and everything like that, but you got to study artists, because artists are going to teach you things that they're going to teach you things about the technical side of what we do. You know, yeah, you gotta study from, from reference and everything like that.
And actually, I'm drawing from a reference picture, or really, I'm referencing from a picture for the initial pose, and then I kind of knew what I wanted, so now I can kind of take it where I needed to go on my own. But I had an initial
reference point before. All right, so I don't like those lines, but I know what I want when it comes to that sorcery stuff. So this will be her hand that's pumping out the magical spell.
spell or whatever. This is the hand with the sword.
May pull that off a little bit soon.
So there we go. There.
Of course, this is just to give me some idea of how thick the sword is. And let's see here.
Feeling like that leg is off. We need a little bit more. There we go.
Now we got her pretty much set up. I'll zoom out a little bit.
Bring our hero down. I think I can actually bring that leg down, so down a little bit more. Here we go. It just really looks like it's hitting that ground. There we go. There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then get a decent look at
Sword here. So there we go. Now we're cooking with gas a little bit. Um
make sure we.
so now on these types of drawings, I always like to work in various different layers. So um we'll now go to
All right, so
this right here. Hold on, I think. Let me reference something real quick. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's figure some things out here. Because I still got to figure out a look for it too. So, and this is the process right here where I kind of figure some things out. Then all of a sudden, it stops working, and then I got to figure some more things out. Then all of a sudden, it stops working, and then I got to figure some more things out, and all of a sudden, it'll stop working. Um, and then at some point, all the things that work come together and they start working together, and I end up with an illustration that I at least feel confident enough to put on social media and hopefully not get get my butt tore out the frame because it ain't enough for everything for everybody. So we're gonna make you disappear for a second, lady, cause I gotta figure out a background image that's gonna work. So I have my screen over to this side. That's why I'm looking over here. Um, guys, please don't think I'm just being rude, not paying attention to you. I really do. I really do pay attention to you. I love you guys to death. Um, love you guys to life. So I'm just trying to figure out what the background elements for this is going to be, and I'm just trying to find some inspiration. It's some things I'm seeing, but um, just trying to see what I can see. I think no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Actually, I don't want no dragon or anything like that. But okay, all right. So let's bring you back real quick. No, cause we're still gonna stay on this layer right here. What it can also do. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see. Hold on. Let me find the right picture. And it gotta be perfect. Close enough. Now let's make sure he's. I just had to get him blocked in real quick. All right, now I can drop her out for a second. First of all, big cats are just the most muscular things ever. And they're nothing but muscle. I'm looking at a reference picture of a Black Panther or jaguar or leopard. I'm sorry, and this thing is just nothing but muscle. It's like every time I draw big cats or big dogs, it just feel like you're just drawing something that's jacked. I need to move that head out a little bit, and I'm gonna reduce him on the screen some too. Shit, there we go. Move that head just a little bit. Right up there. Need to stop for a second. Let me look at. Actually, put her back there. I'll put him in front of her. So I'll put his layer right there.
because of the nature of the drawing. I'm probably going to have to reduce him down some more. But that's cool. I'm just trying to get him blocked in right now. Yep. Let me bring that down. Bring that ass in down. So, and yep. Make her disappear for a second. Retractable claws out. So yesterday, I got a chance to finish the book of Boba Fett. Um, and I have thoughts. I have lots of thoughts. I have thoughts on it. I have thoughts on just the whole Star Wars um, universe proper. Um, I have thoughts on even the fandom a little bit, but my thoughts on fandom sometimes get me in trouble. So don't too much be saying that. No, trying trying to say too much, but you know, uh, give him a saber tooth, make him a saber tooth cat. So
So chat, what do you guys think of the Book of Boba Fett overall? What was the feeling about the show? Um,
I felt like um
I don't know how I feel about them bringing back the Mandalorian. Now the episodes were great, but
I don't know, if they should have brought back the Mandalorian. You know, and and if they bring back the Mandalorian, and I don't think they should have gone as deep into his life or where he was at with things.
um,
It was cool. It's just I would have wanted that for the Mandalorian series, personally. Actually, hold on. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I would have personally just wanted that for the Mandalorian series. Um, so people that are complaining that, well, basically it just became the Mandalorian. Yeah, it did. I didn't like that they killed. I understand why, because you have to do that, and story wise, I didn't like the fact that Timothy Oliphant's character um was killed by Cad Bane. But that's how you make Cad Bane look like a badass, by having him take out a really like well liked character, and take him out ruthlessly, and then boy, that deputy got it. That deputy, he really got it. So
um,
that was definitely an interesting choice. Um, I did like the ending though. I like the end of the how I like the end of the show. Um, I'm interested kind of in seeing what happens next, but they've kind of hit this point now where and because they already had these shows made, you know what they were thinking. They were thinking like, oh man, everybody's gonna love to see the continuation of the Mandalorian, but we really were just looking to see what was going on with Boba Fett, and I just think that I saw a review today that said they should have just called it Bounty Hunters and not Book of Boba Fett, but you could have focused like the first few episodes on Boba Fett, and I think that would have worked a lot better. Um, like I like the stuff with the Pike Syndicate, but you know, I just think that there were some things that could have been done a little bit better, and I hate that they killed off um, Tim Oliphant's character. That was one of the things I did not like. But again, I understood it, and I may have been rooting against it as a fan of the character, but story wise, it makes all the sense in the world. His character had to go in order to advance the narrative that needed to be advanced. But you know, that was something that I definitely wasn't the biggest fan of, to say the least. Let's see here. So we got that. We got this. Um, just trying to figure out. I figured out certain things, but I haven't figured out everything just yet. Yeah, I have. I just figured it out.
When in doubt, draw giants. So when in doubt, always draw big boxy monsters because you can always make big boxy monsters look terrifying. And obviously, I'm gonna reduce this guy down, bring him down. I'm just trying to get a sense of scale with him, or a sense of just presence.
Yeah, see, he's big beefy dude. Keep it simple. KIS. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. Bring him down a little bit. Raise him up a little bit. Bring him down a little bit more. Let's bring. Uh, now we can take these two, move them down a little. Yeah, there we go. Lock down real quick. Then with this guy, just so slightly. Go there for he looks imposing. Now we're gonna put a guy in the foreground of the shots.
Or
Basically, I would say it would be the arm, his arm. So I need to draw this guy. I need to draw them back some. There we go. Let's lock that. Lock. Now the layers are locked. Put that on there.
like that. It's super messy today, y'all.
Super messy.
No, someone. There we go. And
There we go. So yeah, that was
you know,
for the most part.
I like the Mandalorian, the series. I mean, not the Mandalorian. I love the Mandalorian. I like the Book of Boba Fett. I think it was much weaker than the Mandalorian. I do have a confession to make.
Um,
I've yet to actually watch the last Star Wars movie. Um, you know, and I already know like Palpatine returns and everything like that, but I just haven't watched it, and you know, I don't know how I feel about that. um,
Rise of Skywalker definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. I just don't think it was I don't think it was well thought out. And but I'm also one of those weirdos that really like the Han Solo movie. Even though it was just
it was an origin story for Han Solo, and we get to see the Kessel Run. And I personally think Ron Howard, coming in,
having to do the things that he had to do, um, did an outstanding job. All right, so now we can. This actually started again. Something. This is how it goes for me. Some things will work, and then it'll just stop working, and then other things will not work, and I don't know. It the art process for me sometimes is very taxing. People, people understand it eats a lot of energy sometimes. I kind of have to take the good with the bad. Some days it's like I'm a world beater. I can't miss. And sometimes in the same day, I could be doing great artwork
for that entire day, and then I'll just get to it. It'll just take one drawing, and everything just it just feels like the whole world caved in. Like technically, today has been a pretty good day as far as my art is concerned. It's just I get on the live, and we have the little technical difficulties, and this picture just really kind of it took a minute for me to figure it out. So it's always a struggle. If people say you make it look easy, yeah, well, y'all are actually on one of these nights when it's not so easy for me. This is me struggling to to make this make sense. Probably have the image of the enemy wizard right, right there, ordering its minions to do what he does. I'm really just going off going off of just imagination right here. Just trying to create something. One thing I will say though, I have been doing some really intricate intricate drawings lately. Um, I did one earlier. It's got like about 6 layers just in the layout stage alone. Um, because I've kind of really gotten into um, this setting everything up on its own layer, and actually helping with the which helps with the overall perspective is really helping me out. So it helps me get a feel of what I really want with this particular work of art. So now I can lock that layer off. Yeah, that's the back layer. Oh yeah. Okay, so we kind of got everything we need. All right, so let's start with our sword and sorceries. Well, first off, let me unlock everything. Man, this song's in my head. It was really speaking to me. All right, we can do that. Like that out. There's no sense in. There we go. All right. Now that makes him a little bit makes everything harder to see. Or yeah. So let's go ahead and work on her. What y'all think? What kind of hair should I give her? Should I give her braids? Let's see. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna give her braids on this one. Let's give her braids. So let me find a good reference. Because I just want to do something. No, because the braids that I've been referencing, uh, just ooh, okay, hold on.
Let's see. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna take the challenge on that one.
So first things first. When I'm getting ready to, like, I like to lay out the artwork as I see it. And again, I basically just came up with this on the fly, right? Um, and then after I've laid it out, I like to zoom in and start hitting those finer details, like blocking in where the eyes are going to go and all that type of stuff. Um, just so we can kind of get get to a point with these particular drawings and characters. And this particular girl, the picture that I saw of oops, the hairstyle, which is really really dope, and I definitely kind of want to represent it in his artwork.
Wait a minute. Okay, so it rises over. Okay. So,
This one, and, and
yeah.
this goes under here. Go right there. All right. And this comes under here as well. The only thing I want to do right now is just want to get the basic gist of the hair and go from there. Yeah. And I still got to figure out the outfit for this chick. It doesn't stop.
Let's raise opacity up a little bit because these are the more fine details. Um, so I still got to figure out an outfit for this young lady. Um, well, we know she's kind of a sorcerer, barbarian type character. So I've got to kind of figure out what that looks like. Um, you know, for guys like Frank and Frazetta, this is easy because they just go TNA. To be honest with you,
They just go TNA and TNA and let everybody else sort it out. So I'm definitely going to take a little bit from Frank in that regard, but I think
I'm just gonna put a little bit of a corset on her or something like that. I think will work. Something that's kind of, you know what? I take it all back.
we're going to go a different route, guys. You're going to go a different route. this about 40% regardless. What did I think of this? So yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, see, energy's different. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it now. And got her looking kind of badass. I think one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep doing the traditional style stuff, and it don't always work. Um, when you're working with us, so I think we need a little bit more flavor. Gonna put a little cut on this dress. There we go. There we go. Nice sandals. Got a nice sandal deal going there. It's not trying to. And why not? Why not? And I'm just like it's all falling into place now. It's like, okay, yeah. Now she, oops, sorry about that, guys. Now she looks like she can take down anybody. Love it. All right. This probably looks confusing as hell. But what I can do also when it's overly confusing, that's one of the great things. I can just drop everything out and just work on what I need to work on. So, um, because again, I know that look confusing as hell. I think it was best I drop the other layers out until such time as I'm ready to to get going with them. All right. There we go.
And one of the things I like to do is I just like to do things that are a little bit different. Um, not of the beaten path. So I think this was a good choice as far as her look. I think this was a very good choice. And I think it really works on so many levels because I want her to look powerful, but still, be feminine and just, but definitely, I want to make sure that she exudes nothing but power. I know I was supposed to probably do cornrows, but these tight, as you call them, mini dreads or dreads that I'm doing, they really just work. And I think that's that's this is the best route to go. So we're gonna get her face in, and so I have been really obsessed lately with watching apartment videos, NYC apartment videos for some reason. And maybe it's the Midwesterner in me just trying to figure out how the hell do y'all live in that place. Um, I'm not sure, but it's just been fascinating to watch and look at some of the apartments and of course the cost, which is amazing. Um, and but it explains why certain people live the way they do. And it's just a fascinating look at just humans and how they adapt to the areas that they are in. So, um, but yeah, it's interesting. It's something I'm very much. I find it peculiar that I just find these things so fascinating. I guess just kind of interested in how other people are living or moving, and it's definitely something that I think everybody should check out. Even if you'll never move to New York, just so you know, just so you can see. But I also think it informs how why New Yorkers kind of move the way they move and act the way they act sometimes.
Mm. I had to, you know, people living on top of each other. You got to kind of move a certain way. I'm just going to assume in order to make it happen for yourself or your family or you know.
for your goals.
So I'm not going to begrudge New York City for being New York City. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, I like the last two. Those were very weak lines.
So one of the things, if you notice that I just did,
Is I took off the underlayer so I could just kind of see how everything was shaping itself out.
periodically you're supposed to do that. You're actually supposed to. I'm actually supposed to be flipping the faces and everything too. I just haven't. But these are things that you're supposed to do just to kind of check yourself and make sure
That your art is on point, which I think it is for the most part.
Yo, what's up, Chuck? How's it going, man?
I'm just sitting here talking.
So we're just making this new illustration or starting this new illustration off.
And trying to make this yeah, fan expo.
This is what I can tell you. When we went to Fan Expo, it was in Toronto, and from what I could tell, it was a very well run show. Um,
So I'm going to be
it's going to. I'm curious to see what changes they're going to implement with Wizard World. I did see that the pricing for Artist Alley tables was at a much more affordable rate.
I think because I think Wizard was banking us for about 350 by the last show, and this one they dropped it down to like 295. You know, so and if you got in on the early bird, it was even cheaper. I think at two something, 250 maybe. So I like that so far. So I'll be getting my artist alley tables soon. So I definitely plan on being there. Because like I said,
when we went to um what was that, a fan expo Toronto, but that was it. Now the thing, the caveat there is that it was in 2014 when we went.
So who knows how they run now? Well, Chuck, don't ain't no comic book people in any of these shows. That's the problem. These show that's the problem. One of the problems that they're going to be running into is that there's still a lot of comic book guys that's not coming out because of COVID. Um, You know, I don't think it's for lack of trying on their part, because there was plenty of comic book guys in Toronto when we went. But again, that was 2014.
hmm, I would, like I said, I'm not going to rule. I'm not going to rule them out at all because the last show that I went to that they put together, it was very well run
And operated.
um
But the economy, the
the way things are run, none of these shows, if it's in a convention center,
is not going to have a lot of comic book people.
or it's not going to, it's going to have comic book people, but they're trying to get butts in the stadium. You know, it's one of those things. I mean, we could be upset about it, or that's just the world that we live in. And if it's in the stadium or something like that, it's going to it's going to be full. It's going to be heavy on the actors, and it's going to be about that culture. I think it's important for us as local artists to show our faces, though. I do believe that, but I know people have feelings about that type of situation, and
That's is a decision everybody has to kind of make on their own.
you know, combo guys that do go to those shows tend to make money though. See, the funny thing about this drawing, as soon as I went to kind of a more of a Afro inspired garb, everything started to fall together. The sword and chainmail stuff wasn't really working for me. I ain't want to admit it, but it wasn't. So
Yep, it's going to be at the America Center with basically the stadium. Shit, if you've been in America Center, that's basically the stadium. That's a lot of space for them to fill. Um, and that's how that's how these shows feel. Put butts in the not butts in the seats, but feet feet on the ground.
and now their thought process is, look, yeah, we got all these movie stars,
But these people got to do something while they're waiting and all that type of stuff. Um, so you know, you if you're there, you're gonna pick. You're gonna be able to get picked up, and you could have fans coming there for you.
And I think as businessmen, we have to weigh that opportunity because let's face it, none of them little shows that we love are going to get the type of media coverage. And there's no shade on them because I think those little shows are extremely important. But when you're looking into it, okay, well, look, what am I getting out of this? Is it money or is it recognition or is it little media coverage or is it, hey, what is it? I think you can quantify these shows and what they mean through that. So I don't like her arm though. We don't care what people say. But I think it's a good thing. So I'm gonna take the whole studio down there, and Foresight Studio is going to represent. Um, and hopefully, we go from there. So I'm looking forward to working with those guys and just seeing kind of what they bring different because they don't run like they. That's the other thing. They do not run themselves like a wizard show. It's a totally different vibe. These are guys that have been doing comic book conventions um on a large scale for a long time. And again, I'm not saying they're greater or they're the greatest or they're the worst or the. I'm not saying none of that. All I am saying is that um we could tell the difference from a wizard show and a fan expo show by just attending one fan expo show. Yeah, I actually like. I don't even like the kind of the sort of mid range little shows. I like the small shows. I like the small shows and I like the big shows. I like the big shows because of the attention that we're going to get regardless. We do sponge off. Vanessa, right? You sponge off you know the the famous people that'll be there. But the little shows, I always like the little shows because that's where you kind of get to have the long conversations with guys that are the fan guys. I think those are the shows for the fan guys. This is a show for the casuals. So I use this show to kind of gain casuals that may not be in the other spheres where I can get attention and pick up on them, get them to pick up on what we're doing over here at Foresight. But then they'll come to an event like that and they'll be like, oh, okay, you do this. And that's really worked out for me as a strategy. And then like the small shows, that's for my guys that are just. I like to just go there because at some point you're going to talk to the guy that knows everything about everything, and have those conversations, and that's always fun.
There we go.
Yeah, Wizard World. I think Wizard World is out of the game now. Um,
I don't think
uh, I think once they sold the Fan Expo, I think Homeboy he don't want dude that had Wizard World. He kind of was just like, yeah, I'm done. Post pandemic, yeah, I don't want to do it no more. I'm gonna cash out. Which I could tell you, a lot of people that work Wizard are probably happy about.
I don't know if they got on with Fan Expo, but uh, you know,
That was one of those situations where you talk about a show that doesn't really care about the fans, man, or the creators. Uh, Wizard World had a lot of that. But there are guys that care, but it's like, what can you do? The guy that runs your show doesn't care. So I think that's
again, it's just interesting. Yeah.
well, now he's going to say he's going to say he profited, which he did. You got to understand those shows don't continue for as many years as they do unless they're making money. And just off that movie star culture alone, people are paying big bucks for those packets or packages to go see Tom Holland and all those guys. People save up all year for that. I just think Homeboy was just he was tired of it anyway, so he was looking for an excuse, and the pandemic came at the right time. Oh yeah, I can just go ahead and make this sale and check out. You know, he wasn't hurting for money. He probably on a boat somewhere sipping white Zippendale and all that type of shit. You know, so so one will argue, and I know he would argue that the fast expansion worked for him. Um, you know, and let's just be honest. Without Wizard World, nobody until then nobody really thought you could put on a big show of that size here in St. Louis. So, and that's what a lot of people were wondering: could this show even work? And it did. Now, it's obvious it didn't work as well as it could have, and it's obvious that you know dude needed to do better, way better in his treatment of people that were working the industry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
Mistakes were made.
um and you know, but dude was looking at it like let me just go ahead and get it was just get the money because once again Wizard at one point was literally a traveling circus. It was so there were guys that are artists that literally were just running the circuit with them, and they were making their money. You know, they hitched their wagons and they were making their money. So you know, even that Wizard World that we were at, the last one we were at in what was that, 18, maybe 2019. You know, it wasn't it wasn't the best, but shit, still made money and was able to make a few fans that have stuck around to this day and are still buying books from me. So again, it's what you put it's how you value that particular situation. It's not a traditional comic situation anymore. And I do think that yeah, I think the regionality helped big time. So I think Fan Expo is going to it's got the uphill battle of dealing with the aftermath of Wizard, but they're their own thing. They move different, they talk different, they act different. Everything about them is different. I think they're Canadian, and they've been running a successful show over in Dallas and everything. So I would say just like with anybody else, you have to treat it as a new entity. You got to give them a chance. I mean, you don't have to give them a chance, but um, my preference is to give them a chance to see how they're going to handle the area, and if they understand, like if they understand it's regional, or they understand that this region, you know, needs its own, people taking care of it. They understand that. They understand how to put the boots on the ground correctly. It could be a very beneficial thing for everybody. See, creators don't need much, but they just need a little bit. And if they realize that if they can give us the little bit that we want, and keep everybody happy, I think we'll be good. No, no, I mean, I don't so much like it, but I get it. I understand. It's just one of those things. It's literally it's one of those things. It's I understand the thought process behind it. I'm not you know the biggest proponent of it, but I do understand. It's like, look, especially especially when you work these jobs in which you got to get quotas and everything like that. These guys, they sit there in their little suits or whatever, and they pee in profit and loss reports, and that stuff real. That is real. They live by that. They're watching that all day long. They got the little bean counters counting every bean. It's like Moneyball. It's like, oh man, if we get the estimation is we got to get this many people in and this many people out. Yeah, but I honestly just think that that's a misnomer. They're advertising what's going to get the normals in, um, and we have to understand that they're moving on the assumption that people that the people that are into the comic side of it are like, well, it's a comic book show. You're going to get that.
So again, I think it's just about how they move. It's about what people are putting their efforts into as far as advertising. The marketing companies are going to look at what's going to get the largest number of people out there. And the sad reality is, um, comic book guys are not going to get the largest number of people to come out to that show. And when you're at America Center, uh, hey, you gotta fill the building with everybody from people that like comics, cosplayers. Everybody's got to be in there, and they got to feel welcome. So again, I don't so much like it or anything like that. It's just I get it. I get the business behind it. I get the mindset behind it. You know, and you just got to go from there. Vor red. I have no idea what vor red means, but okay. Somebody will tell me one day. Boy. All right, so we are going to stop. All right, wait, it's a little too thick. All right. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, and that's yeah. I understand where you're coming from. I was just talking, but I understand completely. That's not kind of what that's kind of not what you're seeing. That's why I said the. That's why I have to the. I understand these big shows. I really like the small shows. It's the mid-sized shows that try to be like big shows that kind of irk me more than anything else. So it that's what I'm talking about. Like, dog, if you can't afford like a real movie star, stop it. Just be a nice size small show. Focus on the comic book guys. You know, you're in the civic center. Stop it. So those are the shows that irk me, Chuck. But I get it that the big you're not that's that big show stuff is not for you, and I completely understand it. And yeah, you if it ain't good for you, you don't need to be around in that mix. All right, she's starting to come out a little bit. No, but agree. But I completely agree with you on the best shows are the small shows. It's just I think sometimes people are you know see their show going in a certain direction, and it's like, come on, man, just keep it a certain size. You don't need to be that, because it's a lot of guys they want to make these bigger shows, but they don't understand that when the show gets big, you're gonna have to sacrifice certain things that you might be a lover of. Like I said, that's what the small shows are for, man. They're not going to have the movie stars, and
that's just that's what it is. But that's what the small shows are for. That's it's kind of like a you know they're kind of like the MTV unplug of this big business. It's a small intimate affair where you can where you can you know meet the creators and talk to them and all that good stuff. Um, Big shows is all about look, man, just come buy something. uh, we know you're here to see Benjamin Cumberbatch, so just buy some stuff and keep it pushing. So I don't begrudge one or the other. Well, like I said, I begrudge the medium shows that be trying to do what big shows do, and I'd be like, stop. That's not who you are. That's not who you are. Uh, it is now 7:53, guys, and I did not get as much as I wanted to get done, which sucks. But we had all kinds of technical difficulties and everything, and today was just one of those days. But you know what? That's how we're gonna end the show off. We're gonna do a little musical outro. Like, thank everybody that came out to the stream today. It could have been anywhere else, but you decided to hang out with me. What the hell is wrong with you people? I mean, Chuck's my friend. At least I understand why he came out. But no, honestly, had a great time tonight and had a great discussion. So we will be back. I will be back on Thursday. Thursday. Actually, I might make this a two-part, so we might just come back to this one and finish it because I kind of like the process that we're going through, and you know, kick it and talk some more about different things that are going on in the comic book industry and cons and all that type of stuff, movies and basically whatever we want to talk about. That's what I like about the stream. So um, at this point, I would like to just say once again, thank you guys for coming out. Uh, au revoir. I will bid you adieu. Lock in, man. You're supposed to be locked in. So, I'll let y'all later. Peace.